Thank you very much. Yes, I am, Kyle. My question, when you're looking ahead to tomorrow and the spacewalk, I'm just curious if you could kind of pick out, what what you see as the biggest hurdle for that spacewalk. It sounds like the coolant tank removal is a little bit tricky. If you can kind of just touch on that. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, the ammonia tank assembly is clearly the primary task in tomorrow's EVA, and it's the first big task we're going to do. It takes 2 EVAs to do the ammonia tank swap out. So tomorrow we'll just be removing the empty one and pulling it out of where it is right now, and so we can free up the spot to put the new one in on EVA number 2. So any snags in that may affect EVA number 2 if we're not ready. Now, luckily, that only takes less than half of an EVA to do that task, and so the UTEF and MISI retrieval that are later on in that EVA can be deferred if we end up running into problems with the ammonia tank assembly. Part of the actual task of it is the crew's going to have to disconnect the ammonia umbilicals and the nitrogen umbilicals to that tank right now. And those umbilicals can be very stiff and not that easy to work with.
Thank you. And then just one quick one to follow up. You mentioned the cold air treadmill getting shifted over tomorrow, and I know it's up there in a bunch of pieces. If you can kind of let me know exactly where they're going to stuff those bags and how they're going to store it, that would be great. Thank you.
Treadmills plan to be stored in Node 2 until its assembly, which will occur sometime after the shuttle mission is over. And I mean, as you said, it comes in many, many pieces, so it's going to take quite a bit of crew time to assemble it later. But right now, all they're going to do is move it up from the MPLM into Node 2 and leave it alone until the shuttle mission's over.
Okay, let's see. Irene Klotz with Reuters.
Thanks, Kyle. I have a couple questions. First, I thought I heard, I guess it was Rob on commentary, say that there's no need for any focused inspections, that you all had gone through the RPM and the OBSS survey data and everything looks good. Is that correct?
That is the word I heard just on my way over here.
Okay, thanks. And then I have 2 other quick ones. One is, do you all have any idea why the thruster failed, why it leaked?
That'd be a question for the shuttle team. All I know is they saw signatures that indicated that it might be leaking, so they took the appropriate action and closed the manifold prior to rendezvous with station so that they wouldn't contaminate station with the fuel.
Okay. And then the other one, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but I was just curious why it takes HTV a week to reach ISS.
Well, each rocket has a different profile as to what its phasing capability is. As you know, it's harder to launch and rendezvous with a target that's already orbiting than it is to just launch and get into space. And so part of the long rendezvous profile for the first flight of HTV is that we also want them to run through a rigorous checkout of all of their systems and do some demonstrations of their abort capabilities prior to getting close to station, since it is the first launch of a new spacecraft. And to put it in perspective, when the Europeans launched ATV about a year ago, they didn't rendezvous with station until about 30 days.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks, Irene. Marcia Dunn, you're the last caller we have, Associated Press.
Yes, hi. A few questions. You mentioned that the water vent plan 2 days from now was canceled. I'm assuming that's the shuttle venting of the water?
Yes.
Yes. You said they're going to have to bag the water. Is that going to be a messy, laborious thing, or could you talk a little bit about that? I'm assuming that's the wastewater.
We normally bag the water anyway, and this is supply water, not wastewater. Byproduct of the shuttle's electrical system is that it combines oxygen and hydrogen, and the byproduct of that is water. And so we normally bag that water so that we can use it on board station, and the shuttle produces so much water that it's a lot of water to bag, so occasionally we have a water dump planned as well. And in this case, we're able to go ahead and bag the additional water that we weren't planning on doing and cancel that shuttle water dump so that we don't have to use any propellant to control the stack during that time.
Thank you. And treadmill question. When do you envision putting the treadmill together? How far down the road? I think a couple weeks ago we were told maybe you'd have to wait until after the Japanese launch. And is it actually right now in boxes or bags, or how's it packaged up?
It's in many, many pieces, and it's got a lot of foam, and it's in bags with foam around it. And I'm not sure exactly when we plan on putting it together. I know the crew timeline immediately after the mission is going to be very busy getting ready for the HTV mission, as you said. And then once HTV arrives, it has a lot of tasks, complicated tasks, similar to when a shuttle arrives. We're going to be transferring a lot of cargo out of it into station, just like we're going to be doing tomorrow with the Leonardo module. And then we're also going to be doing a lot of robotics operations with HTV, with external payloads that it has on it, and putting those on the GEM exposed facility. So the crew is going to be quite busy even after the 17A mission is over for the next few weeks. And I don't know exactly when we're going to fit assembly of the treadmill in among all that yet.
Thank you. And last question from me. With no focused inspection needed, is the shuttle then essentially cleared for entry at this point? Is that it for all the analysis until all the images are, the images are collected on the next to last day with the pre-landing survey?
Again, that's a shuttle question, but my understanding is, yes, they still will have to look at late inspection, but for now, there's no activity required until then.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks everyone. Let's see, a couple of follow-up questions before we close, or follow-up notes here before we close. Jose Hernandez will take time out of his schedule to answer some questions in Spanish for Univision, the program Man in the Street, so look forward to that. That's coming up at about 9:30 this evening Central Time. Crew goes to bed about 3:30 tomorrow morning, wake-up call about noon. And, of course, that EVA that Ron detailed for you begins tomorrow just before 5 p.m. Central Time. So look forward to all of those activities. The NASA TV schedule will be updated to reflect any late changes that are upcoming, and you see the website there on your screen, www.nasa.gov/shuttle-TV. So the TV schedule is updated frequently, so stay tuned to that web link for television schedule updates. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at our next briefing. With that, we'll head back to Mission Control and back to space. Thanks.
This is Mission Control Houston. As the shuttle station complex flies 225 miles over the South Pacific.
And go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Robert, we want to let you know that because of the total number of pieces of gear that we have up here on station, we elected to keep Christopher's suit over on the shuttle until we need it.
Okay, got that. Sounds like a good plan.
In the Quest airlock, Danny Olivas, the lead spacewalker for the mission, reporting back to Robert Hanley, the spacecraft communicator in the space station flight control room, that in order to minimize the amount of clutter because of the great volume of equipment that is being moved over from shuttle to station during this flight, that Christopher Fugelsang's extravehicular mobility unit or spacesuit will be kept on the shuttle until after the first spacewalk of the mission tomorrow. Fugelsang is not scheduled to join Olivas in spacewalking activity until the second spacewalk of the flight, which is planned for Thursday afternoon. A glimpse inside the Japanese Kibo laboratory, where Tim Kopra, now a shuttle mission specialist, having spent his tenure as an increment crew member aboard the International Space Station, joins Bob Thirsk in evaluating some scientific data from the myriad of experiments in the